Picture the situation. You've just woken up on a morning of a photo shoot, feeling really excited to get out and about with your camera. You pull back the curtains and the first thing that you see are raindrops on the window. The first feeling to wash over all of us is a feeling of disappointment as we feel that we're going to have to cancel our plans. But do we? Does rain have to be so detrimental in our search for perfect photographs? And in some circumstances, can wet weather even enhance the results that we get? Those are some of the questions I'm going to be addressing in this latest episode of the Basics of Photography with Yorkshire Photo Walks, as we help you to master wet weather photography. If you live in Yorkshire, or anywhere in Great Britain for that matter, you're pretty much guaranteed to experience rain on one photography outing or another. My personal belief is that there's no such thing as poor conditions for photography, just underprepared photographers. So my first tip is all about getting you and your camera prepared for going out in wet conditions. The first thing that you're going to need is a cover for your camera. Now, a lot of camera manufacturers these days say that our cameras are shower or rainproof, but personally I wouldn't like to test how shower or rainproof it is out in the field. I'd rather be safe than sorry. There are plenty of different types of camera cover that you can get on the market at the moment. Some of them will be built specifically for your camera, but if you'd like to do it on a budget, my top tip is use a shower cap. From personal experience, they work just as well as any high-priced camera cover out there at the moment. The next thing that you need to do is protect the rest of your equipment. So if your bag isn't waterproof, then I really recommend getting a good, decent waterproof cover for it. Once you've got all your camera kit sorted, then it's your turn. Make sure that you've got a really good waterproof jacket. An umbrella is a really useful tool as well. Waterproof trousers cannot be forgotten about, and also some really good waterproof walking boots, or even better, wellies. Once you've got yourself fully waterproofed, the next thing that we've got to think about is what are we actually going out to take photographs of? Because if your plans were to take wide-angle shots of beautiful sunny landscapes with dappled cloud in the sky, then your plans are pretty much up the swanny. But with a bit of variation to your planning, then you can come up with some wet weather alternatives. If you're out in a landscape, then try getting closer to your subjects. A flower or a leaf with some water droplets on can look absolutely stunning. This tree to the side of me here has raindrops dribbling down it, and by getting close up to that you can create some really nice abstract shots. Alternatively, if you're in an urban environment, if pavements are wet or roads, it can make for really interesting reflection shots. You can also find puddles for great reflection shots as well. One of the other things that wet weather is absolutely brilliant at is generating mood in your photographs. Behind me here is a folly that I actually discovered during lockdown on one of my many walks. When I first came down, it was brilliant sunshine, but I found that I couldn't get the shots that I wanted because the contrast was so garish. On a dull, damp day like today, the contrast is a lot flatter, and to be honest, the stories that the photographs tell are much more accurate to reality than they would have been if I'd have photographed it in brilliant sunshine. So you might not be able to go out and get those chocolate boxy landscapes, or a photograph that's going to be featured on the next advert for Yorkshire tea, but you are going to be able to tell brilliant stories through moody shots. You can also try underexposing your photographs slightly as well, and that really does enhance the mood further. If all else fails and you're determined that you're not going to get wet at all, then my tip is to look out for interesting indoor locations. They don't necessarily have to be indoor attractions or museums. They can be places just like this, the folly that I showed you in the previous shot. I'm completely dry and I'm using my torch for extra light in these dull dark conditions, to paint light in using long exposures to pick out details of this amazing structure. A torch or flash gun can also be really useful pieces of equipment to have with you in wet conditions when you're out and about in the open as well. Not only will they allow you to isolate subjects against an apparently dark background, you can also try out some weird and wonderful lighting effects that you simply wouldn't be able to achieve on a bright sunny day. I hope this video has given you food for thought when it comes to wet weather photography. Maybe next time you wake up, draw back the curtains and see rain on the window. Instead of feeling disappointment, you may even feel excited about the potential brilliant photographs that you could achieve even in these conditions. If you're still not convinced, I'm going to leave you with some amazing photographs taken in wet weather that I think are enough to convince anybody that there's no such thing as bad conditions for photography, just underprepared photographers. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video despite the weather, then please give it a like and don't forget to click on the subscribe button for more videos from Yorkshire Photo Walks. You can also follow us on social media at Photo Walks Yorks for all of our latest news and photo walk photographs. And don't forget to check out YorkshirePhotoWalks.com for practical photography tuition out in the field. Remember, don't just photograph Yorkshire, experience it with Yorkshire Photo Walks.